Do you see now? You can't run from us. You dare interrupt me just as I was engraving the... You must be out of your... For being technical, what our master has planned apparently isn't one of the city's taboos. Fuck. Hold on. Okay. The city is just like pretty much the equivalent of the country that this takes place in. Really, really big place. And taboo is like, if pretty much the equivalent of laws. If you break one of these taboos, then they send the government after you and kill you. It's just the kind of thing that no one has ever dared to consider. You catch my drift? Huh. Look at that. You managed to get a different head in so fast. Do people like you always come prepared? Just wait until I get the... You'll be no match for mine. Guess that new noggin does come with the mouth. Huh. Yep, Dicken's all I can hear. Isn't he screaming on the inside? Ah. It's ticking faster. So I guess they can still feel pain. Damn it. Why am I being attacked? Not good. Memories are dissolving already. That was done too quick. What? Gone quiet already. Let's get this over with. Woof. This is a place no one visits, somewhere none can see. What's the hurry? We must follow her teachings. We can't drag on any longer. Yeah, but this is the moment of a lifetime. I'm not gonna get a second chance to kill someone of this caliber. Lion, you have a tendency to grow too emotional during your jobs. I hope you show some discretion. It's a shame. I wanted to have a look at your face. I reckon you won't tell us where your star is, right? Like hell I am. I'm taking the location to the grave with... Damn it, where was supposed to be again? My memories are escaping me too quickly. Right. No mouth. Which in turn means we won't learn how to acquire it from this person. Can I end them now? Sure. Huh? Hey, what's that noise? Don't tell me. Panther, did you allow yourself to be tracked? No, there was no one that could have pursued me. Perhaps a wild animal? This is not the sound a beast would make. It's... a bus? How did it even end up here? Must have taken a wrong turn? Oof, price they'll pay for taking the wrong road will be heavier than they expect. Yeah, I'm sure it will. It bested Lion's strength? Few of you 1-inch of snow on the roads. If my eyes are still right, then you will reach the harbor of glory. Who are you? That nameplate says Faust? You've lost your way in a dark forest. I'm sorry. What? Yet you were not overcome with fear. Why was that? That's... I could simply lift my head to find the star. That's right. Now, repeat with the heart what I tell you aloud as you remind yourself of that image. Follow your star. Follow your star. At that moment, I felt the sudden thump in my head, followed by the sting of several chains penetrating my chest. Ah! Relax. though it may feel otherwise, your heart is still functional. With this, the pact has been sealed. Dante, from this day forth, we are bound to your time. What do you... The beating of our hearts now depends on where your hands fall. Hope you'll make a fine leader. Hour? Is that really everything? A single apple has fallen. This guy's still not making any sense. Jeez, oh, he was killing me. Finally, some action now? Well, I guess we could use a little warm-up. What is that wretch miserably writhing on the ground? Are they to be the newest addition to the team? Might want to watch your words. Heard that's our soon-to-be boss. The attack must have happened in an instant. I'm impressed you managed to hide your head. Who are you people? What's up with this bus? We are bearers of justice who have come to aid you, and this is the magical bus that takes us where we wish to go. Justice? Bus? I don't... Wasn't that what you expected to hear? Either way, you're better off believing us to be your saviors. We're racing against time, and the situation isn't in our favor. So let me explain this once. After some time passed. So, if I'm not mistaken here, and I do as you said, those total strangers will fight for me. Correct? So as long as you give them the right orders. Alright, so we'll kill these arrogant vandals dead. Then I'll go back to where I was. And, what was I doing? Where was I when I did that? Something extremely important was upon me. Something I shouldn't forget. Calm down. It's only natural to happen with your current head. You should focus on the struggle at hand, Dante. Pardon. I'm not sure how I should address you. Would Commander Clock suffice? In any case, we wait your orders. Do we really need orders? Seems like going one-on-one's the only way. Hey! Quit running off your mouths. You just need to crush them all. Please, do your best, Dante. There's no two ways about it, I suppose. Anyways, this is a tutorial, but we can just skip the tutorial, because you're not going to be playing the game. Oh, wait, never mind. Alright, I was going to go straight into the fighting. Wait. Oh, yeah. Wait. Weird. Anyways. Okay, yeah, so the cut right there was a fight. That was the tutorial fight, but you don't have to worry about it since you're not going to actually be playing the game. Anyways, to continue. I don't get it. This is what Lion struggled against. Whoa, hang on. I know this is kind of weird coming from someone you were just fighting, but I'm pretty sure we can talk this out. This is unideal. I knew it was a ridiculous idea to put up a fight against them. Y'all kidding? I haven't even... What the hell's going on? You said you'll fight in my stead. They never promised to win said fights. What? And it seems I'm the only survivor. Okay, so you were waiting for this? We have some hidden card up your sleeve, right? Not necessarily a trump, no. Rather, it's about following the star. What is this, some kind of suicidal performance? Not the funnest lives to end. What? What am I supposed to do? They jumped in triumphantly, only to die like flies. Can't remember a thing about the past since I repeated what she said. Is this how I die? Tell the serpent this, false lion. The flow cannot be stopped. Yeah! Red? But why? Do you know why I only dismembered those two? Because at least one of you needs to be able to carry the rest out of here. And you're the only one left to offer them any help. The red gaze. Don't glare at me like that. This is nothing compared to what you did. With wounds like those, I'm sure your boss will recognize that you did your part. Consider them a medal of honor. Unless you want this to be the end of your life. Are you one of them? You're too late. They're already... No one is too late, Dante. There is only one thing we need. A little time to rewind. I'm suddenly overwhelmed by a sharp pain in my chest, as though my heart were being torn asunder. Followed by flashes in the ribs, intestines, stomach, and lungs. Ah! Engulfed in his illusion of torment, twisting and squeezing my entire body, I let out an agonizing scream. In my fading consciousness, the only thing I could perceive was the deceased flesh reconstructing in a bizarre manner. You'll suffer aplenty from now on, Dante. And the voice of the man with the red eyes. I hear the howl of a beast somewhere. It cries ceaselessly. Is it wailing out of hunger, or... They're being itchy-twitchy. Did they get up? Awake at last. I would have been a tad disappointed if you croaked on us. Fresh morning. This is Keron, the bus driver. It's not morning, but I guess it is refreshing. How do you feel, Dante? Well, I... tick-tocking like a clock. Some language barrier this is. You may call me Virgilius. If you can understand what I'm saying, give me some kind of reaction. Dante. I'm trying to do the Dante. I don't really know how to do it though. I gave him a quick nod since he didn't seem hostile. Good. At least your hearing is functional. That's right, Karen. Now departing. Vroom vroom. There was a heavy roar and vibrations, as though they echoed from the bottom of a deep mire. It was then that I realized I was aboard a bus. A bus. I can't be sure if I've ever ridden such a vehicle in the past. Do you remember who you were? I shook my head to say no. I'd been reminded that my head was now a clinking mechanism. I suppose you want your memory back, am I right? I nodded. Sure feel like an idiot. Smooth as it gets. What's to stop the rest of you from adopting this gesture-based communication? Any words of yours, Miss Faust? Faust will kindly turn down the offer. I doubt we'll have that much freedom over our own bodies most of the time. She's the one who spoke to me back in the forest. Her silver hair that glistens even without sunlight gives off a rather mysterious air. Dante. Dante? Come to think of it, the red-eyed man has been calling me that, too. Dante is your name. The amnesia must be affecting you rather severely. Sure, it looks like it. Doesn't sound like a familiar word. I'll get used to it in time. Wait, you can understand me? The group that attacked me earlier, that Virgie, or whatever he's called, seemed to hear nothing but ticking from me. Faust can hear what you intend to speak. You really can? But how? I don't even have a real mouth. Outdated ideas must be one of the side effects that came with your head replacement. It's anachronistic to think that vocal organs such as the cords or tongue are necessary to participate in conversation. Anachronistic. Right. Never considered that. You can limit the recipient of your words to one person, or choose to speak to everyone at once. Why did they even say this? I feel like this pretty much never ever comes up. Like I don't think there's any instances of Dante saying something to just one sinner. I don't. And I'm pretty sure at one point, in the future, they literally have to separate themselves from the other sinners so that they don't hear Dante. But at the same time, the sinners can also hear Dante literally no matter where they are. So I just don't. And Dante can also peep into where they. It doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. Little clarification. When I say everyone, I'm only referring to the sinners. Sinners? The people who've taken seats behind you. And the ones who fought in your stead until moments ago. What ho! So thou art the final piece that completes our journey's cast. How I've yearned for this moment! Say, wow, where'd you sell your old cranium off? So it was you. Thanks for putting my spine back in one piece. Were you the surgeon or something in the nest? Everyone quiet. Nothing's more displeasing than to hear a choir of noises. I suppose you all owe them a brief introduction. I'll give you time to make yourselves known, starting with the closest one. Go on. Also, the order of the introductions are the orders in which we get the cantos. Why is it always the ones that go in front go first? I'm sick of taking any sort of lead now. I heard you were gonna be our boss, or, yeah, our manager. Well, also, they always pick the perfect sinner to say stuff, whenever a sinner says something, there's always, like, a cool reason that you can connect back to their story. Replaying the game, or at least, well, for you, rewatching my dubs will be fun, because then, like, you'll get to see, like, oh, that's why they said that. That's so cool. Manager? Yep. Wow, I was real curious to meet you. And, forming the right sentences is tough work. Don't know what you did with your old head, but guess everyone has their own story. I'm Gregor. We're in this together, Manager Bud. Alright, let's hope they actually give me... Oh yeah, because I have had to redo this, like, 3 times. The first time my air vent was on, and it just completely drowned out my voice. It also, the original one I used, did not give you any time to read it. It was so annoying. This sinner is relatively easy to handle in terms of personality. However, an upsurge of emotion or sudden change of environment may cause parts or the whole of his body to transform into the insectile, notably akin to a carapace, resembling that of the tissues. If you do not wish to be a rude manager, Okay, great, they won't give me time for that either. If you do not wish to be a rude manager, not that you're obligated to be nice, we recommend keeping your facial expression in check so that your disgust is not visible to him. He sometimes uses cynical language, but he still can be reasoned with, so you can get around him without much difficulty so long as you learn the knack of it. Greg, they aren't just your bud or pal. You're talking to the person who'll make us filthy rich. Greg? Rich? What's that about? Let's see. What's better? Dante! Don't mind if I call you by your name. You can call me Rhodia. The unfortunate traits of being a backstreet born are apparent in this sinner. Backstreets are pretty much the slums. Backstreets are pretty much just like the slums. There's nests in backstreets. Nests is a upper, like, rich people area. Backstreets are poor people area. Anyways. The unfortunate traits of being a backstreets born are apparent in the sinner. She loves money, gambling, and betting, so it's advised to pay close attention to her as the manager. She tends to deflect orders with an unimpressive wink or a silly joke. We recommend taking a stern stance at times to remind her that you are her superior. Her mood may be down in irregular intervals. There's nothing you can do to aid her in that state, so we recommend waiting for it to pass. I think there's a, well, good reason you cannot manage her. I'm sure it used to be a big deal back in the nest, right? When your old habits start coming back, we'll be that much closer to rolling in the dough. She does have sociability, I'll give her that. Oh gosh, look at me, keeping on. Hey kid, it's your turn next. Good day. Aw, boring. That's it? Oh, I'm Sinclair. Even with the volatile nature of human growth around his age taken into consideration, this sinner seems to get particularly startled or frowned with holy time to read. Even with the volatile nature of Even with the volatile nature of human growth around his age taken into consideration, the sinner seems to get particularly startled or frowned when spoken to. He isn't used to real combat at the moment, meaning that he may struggle to keep himself together at the sight of something as mild as split innards at first, as there may be those with violent tendencies among your crew. We recommend taking an approach to focus on positive reinforcement with this sinner. He appears to possess a murderous gaze that he himself isn't aware of. This is a hopeful sign that he has the potential to grow into an expert of our company's profession with the right stimuli. This boy looks awfully unnerved. Did he join this company of his own accord? Is there anything else I need to say? I've never worked for a company before. Hold on 1 second, you're texting me. I'm recording it right now, so give me uno second. Yay! Actually, I should probably pause. Okay, now back to it. I'm sorry about that. Well, you learn the ropes in the coming days. Okay then, how about you next, nerdy pal? I am Yusang. Formerly the youngest chief researcher at Redacted Wing, this sinner possesses higher intelligence compared to most others. We estimate that everyday conversation with the sinner will prove difficult for managers selected by our current screening process. Avoiding communication altogether will pose a risk on its own, however. If the sinner remains silent for a long time, that means he's currently processing a line of deliberate thought. We recommend waiting patiently for him. That's it? No smoke or mirrors. I waited for him to reveal that he was pulling a prank or something. He just stared vacantly into the window, disinterested. I can't believe you people. Aren't proper introductions the first step to being a member of society? Call me Ishmael, if you please. You may be disheartened by the defective state of many of your sinners, but do not worry. This sinner is one of the few who can carry out most missions without complaint. She is likely to make reasonable judgments, so it is a good idea to start conversations while looking her way if you're seeking sound advice. However, you mustn't forget the sinner has survived an absurd voyage through it in a far and wide body of water. Her patience may run deep, but once you take a wrong turn with her, it will be a difficult task to regain her trust. I heard you glued our bodies back together from pieces. I look forward to working with you. She gave a polite bow before returning to her seat. Although she emphasized sociality, she didn't feel like the most amicable sort. Sorry to disappoint, but I don't care too much for fitting in. It's Skeggy Bullets. Name's Heathcliff. Used to be a professional wrecker for property and people alike. This sinner prefers to take action rather than wait for logic to dictate his course. His thoughts and feelings are blatantly visible in his demeanor, and he has no intention of hiding them. His brashness may cause headaches, or physical injury leading to a headache, in the process of forming a relationship. Please do note that this is not an indication of serious damage to your sinner's thought process. If his fit of rage persists, please contact the Human Resources Department. Once you realize that he is the type that tends to be simple-minded, you'll have an easier time handling him. Not under anyone's orders, mind you. Only did it to the buggers that got on my nerves. So you'd better watch it. I'm definitely allergic to cocky gaffers who think they can boss me around. I don't think I've done anything to give that impression yet. 'Tis my turn to speak. I am Don Quixote. There's no sinner that can outmatch this one's level for passion if we were to measure it. An avid aficionada of all things Fixer, she adorns herself with a variety of Fixer-related merchandise. They won't affect her performance in combat one way or another, so there's no need for you to restrict her from keeping decorations. She's deeply immersed in the role of a righteous Fixer, hence the exaggerated mannerisms akin to those of an actor. Has such a thing ever existed, really? It's advised to play along with her for a smooth mission. A Fixer is pretty much just like a contract handyman, usually involving fighting, but like, let's say, oh no, there's a robber in my house, and I'm too weak to defend myself. I would, like, go call a Fixer, and then they'd go beat up the robber. I am a Fixer who shall sprint for the dream side by side. A pleasure to have thee. A Fixer? Definitely feels like a term I used to know. Dost thou wish to know what it is? I can answer thy question. Fixers are protectors of the city. Ah, perchance thou mayest struggle to remember the city. The city is pretty much the country that this takes place in. Well, not country really, because I mean, there's not really anything outside of the city except for the outskirts, which are pretty much wastelands. So, the city is just a big place where everything happens. I believe I said this was a brief oh yeah, the city is just like just the overall arching term for the whole place this takes place in. That's a better way to put it. I believe I said this was for brief introductions. Don't make me say it twice. Next. My name's Honglu. I hope we can get along well. A sinner who lived an affluent life before becoming our company's asset. As such, he has a certain admiration for a free life, but I forgot I need to... I'll just start from the beginning, whatever. The sinner who had lived an affluent life before becoming our company's asset. As such, he has a certain admiration for a free life. But occasionally, he may make ignorant or unsavory questions in regard to the food cooked by a certain other sinner, or aspects of other low lives' lowly culture. This causes significant irritation for the other sinners. However, it is important to note that no sarcastic undertones are contained in his curiosity-driven inquiries, so it is ill-advised to let them get physical over it. I love Honglu's my goat. Wow, and look at you! Isn't that a fascinating head there? A popular model these days, I suppose. No, this isn't that kind of... Well, it's not of my interest, though. Hell's wrong with you? Hell's wrong with your attitude? Heathcliff looked to be just moments away from swinging his bat. But when he realized the red gaze laid on him, he grunted and sat back down. It's Ryoshu. As they say, every person has their own creed, and it's only right to respect it as the executive manager. But with some creeds, you will have difficulty in even simply pretending to sympathize. You will have noticed that the sinner in question is a silent chain smoker whose eyes only shine with a euphoric gleam only during battle. She believes that senselessly destroying the enemy's head is an uncultured act, and a step backwards for art. Caution. The sinner's background is one that even our company may have trouble handling. It is advised against making her breed personal resentment towards you. Sure, it's nice to meet ya. At what point was I supposed to laugh? Mersal. Please refer to me as such. Wants clear and concise commands, requiring no judgments on his part. You're pretty polite. This isn't anything special. I'm simply behaving normally. I'm almost touched. Merci. Yes. It felt as if something were gravely amiss with him, but I can't seem to pin it down exactly. The way she scanned me up and down was a little daunting. I felt almost compelled to pat her, but she stopped me with the motion of her hand. Please, I would never make my manager grovel before me. My name's Otis. I'd like to apologize for my rudeness earlier. A sinner that could... The sinner could serve as an excellent advisor depending on her capability. However, she also has a meddlesome tendency, so it is recommended to keep her satisfied with short replies of agreement. She is an expert when it comes to tactics and various pearls of wisdom about life, making her advice all the more valuable for your mission. In addition, she possesses a vast knowledge of workshop technologies. You could trust her with simple repairs of the bust. Notice, unlike other sinners, accessing records pertaining to the past of the sinner is not permitted. Warning. Keep an eye on this sinner and beware that she does not exercise her cunning intellect for purposes other than completing our company's mission. Rudeness? Oh, please. Your generosity is a humbling sight. I knew at first glance that you have what it takes to lead us. Huh? Sorry? While most humans cause noise and friction as a result of confrontation, some are able to reap mutual benefit from coming head to head. It could be compared to the relationship between a blade and a whetstone. I vow to serve you with unrivaled devotion, Executive Manager. My blade is yours to wield. That's reassuring. Thanks. I gave her an approving nod, even though I still don't get what she meant by her rudeness. I'm amazed at how you can sing such bold-faced high praise not too long after calling them a miserably writhing wretch. POV how we talk about Archie. I think I see now. It seems I am the last. Faust is the name. The sinner who developed the engine of Mephistopheles, the bus operated by Limbus Company. She claims that there is no one in the city who could rival her library of knowledge and wisdom, and she isn't necessarily wrong. You might find her high and mighty attitude when she allows you to converse with her displeasing. But as seen with how she treats everyone, with subtle gestures of arrogance, there is no hope of her parting with it. Ever. We recommend simply nodding once and getting over it. Even though she has an unparalleled genius, we can't quite figure out how to use this one. Perhaps you could be the one to find out. A genius with whom you're lucky to cross paths with, even once in your life. Sounds like you aren't convinced, Dante. Well, it's fine. You'll come to learn, all in due time. Learn what? That Faust is indeed a brilliant mind. When a proverbial tree falls, the fact of its sound cannot become the truth when the outside observer fails to recognize it. Okay. That's enough readings. Dante, let me explain to you your new occupation. You mean, the manager? They're asking if the job you're about to explain is that of the manager. Come to think of it, that red-eyed man couldn't hear me, unlike the sinners. That's correct, Executive Manager Dante. You will embark on a trip to the Inferno with the 12 sinners who just introduced themselves. The Inferno? Why should I go to hell? They're asking why they need to travel to the Inferno. How about this? The treasure awaits at the end of the road. Would that suffice? I used to be a treasure hunter or something? They can't seem to get you at all. I do not ask for your understanding, Dante, nor was this a question of your willingness. You'll have to listen to me if you want to reclaim your memories and original head. I mean, I do want them back, but they're hesitant. Miss Faust, what will we do if Dante keeps on refusing to cooperate? This was not a scenario we anticipated. Preposterous. Faust anticipates every possibility. Dante, once you've completed all your missions, you'll be able to engrave the aspect. Oh, by the way, we still have no idea what all the censored words at the start were and aspect actually mean. We have literally no idea at all. I can promise you that. Aspect. A word that strikes my mind intensely. Even though my memories are gone, my underlying instincts are responding strongly to it. Led by intuition, I make my choice. See there? They're nodding. Good. Then we can continue. By the way, Karen, why isn't the bus moving? Were you dozing off? A bus driver only snoozes at rest spots, Berg. Weirdos were hanging around in front of Mephi. I told you, Karen, if anything happens with the bus, you've got to let me know right away. Mephi? Who's that? Mephistopheles, the name of this bus and the engine that runs it. And Faust's magnum opus fortis. An ideal ferry boat to bear us across the inferno. Wouldn't you agree, Dante? I wasn't sure what he was getting at, so I turned away to look through the window, instead of giving him a reply. Looks like they're just another pack of dirty rats living in the back streets. Rats are pretty much the equivalent of homeless people in Florida that are also on crack. They pretty much just they're just homeless people that rob you if they see you, because they have to do whatever it takes to survive. This is just the right time, Dante. They should make perfect targets for practicing your command. Dante, I skipped over many details during our first battle. We were short on time, after all. However, we slaughtered frequently if no improvements are made to your strategy. And in turn, you'll have to endure senseless pain over and over again just to revive us. Pain? Revive? You mean what happened earlier was... Yes, we were brought back to life because you turned back the clock. I don't believe that much is necessary, Miss Faust. Save the chatter for later. Sinners, off the bus. Allow me to elaborate on combat. You're looking much more useful than before, Dante. That little cut there was more tutorial fighting. They got away safe for one, though. Shouldn't we go after them? They're worried over the foes we lost. No need for concern. That's the direction we were heading anyways. Karen? Pedal touches metal. Up for an exciting ride. Give me a second. What is it? I joined this company because I was told that I'll be able to advance my career without slowing down. But right now, it's nothing but meaningless violence, like we're rats or something. Oh, and that cut was also more fighting. I object to its meaninglessness. Those were evildoers who attacked us. Please, just be quiet for a moment. Anyway, if all we're gonna do is beat up people under orders like hired thugs, I'll have to consider changing jobs sooner or later. Haven't you read your contract? Resignation is not permitted. You think the contract is any sway if it's based on lies? Of course it does. There were no lies on it. Huh? You didn't think Mephistopheles was built to be a mere means of transportation, did you? Mephi's always hungry. Keeps crying. The bus gets hungry. When the engine ingests fuel, it yields a byproduct. Using that, you can grow more powerful. I'm sure Yiseng knows this well, but all possibilities are drawn from the mirror. There is no limit to one's growth. Is the self in the mirror my reflection, or another being entirely? Possibilities? You draw what exactly? I see. This is what that... Okay, well, they skipped over some combat that had important details. Pretty much, you feed people to the bus so that it keeps driving. But I'm sure you already know that, because you have played this. I don't know. There's no need to get impatient, Ishmael. As the bus goes onward, you'll naturally take on more important tasks than beating the life out of random crooks. I know you're eager to achieve your goals, but do try to have patience. Since this works by whisking out one of our limitless possibilities from the mirrored world, it'll have overwritten a part of our memories. You'll get used to it in no time. Whoa, hang on, that sounds a bit dangerous, don't it? What if I'm no longer my old self by the end? Don't mistake yourselves for the ship of Theseus. While it is true that you'll borrow the identities and memories, the system is designed to ensure that you don't lose control over your own existence. The system is designed? The system was never designed for you to win. Are you coming to the tree? Different though your reflection may be, it is bound to vanish once you walk away from the mirror. How our capabilities grow ultimately depends on you, Manager Dante. It is up to you to place the most effective figment of possibility on us at the right time. I believe that's what you call a metamorphosis. Metamorphosis? Like the oh my god, like Gregor book? Yes, I suppose you could say that it's a form of transformation. Golly, where'd you learn big words like that? I picked it up. My prior profession required meeting people with various occupations. We're a wanderling, huh? Done chatting. Let's make the way first. I'll spend more time together than you'd ever ask for, so keep that convo for later. Road's clear, but Berg, Mephi could have run him over just fine. Also, we skipped more combat. That was still combat. Huh? What did I fight for, then? Sensing a rattling agitation in my gestures, Virgilius stepped in. Calm yourself, Dante. It's not right to ask a toddler to run when it has yet to take its first steps. You'll still need every opportunity to try and walk before you're made to run. Furthermore, Dante, as the manager, it's your job to manage your staff. And I am the guide. I decide where we go and how we arrive there. Do you get it? Don't argue with me. How am I supposed to not question a stranger who can't even hear me? That's not. I heard ticking, so what did they say, Miss Faust? Nothing much. Some verbose agreement that was. A nod should be enough to let me know that you approved, Dante. Also, if you randomly hear, like, that, it's just me popping my knuckles. Now, Mephi, off we go. Woohoo! How are you feeling, Karen? Extreme excitement. About to walk on air, reports Karen. Good. So, where are we going? Virgilius, I'd like to know the destination. I believe I told you that already, Dante. But just where are we going? bus shuddered and started to rumble forwards. A few of you 1 inch of snow on the road.